Today we're asking the question, how closely related is your emotional health to your physical health? Dr. Dena Churchill says they're intertwined. She'll be part of Optimize Live later this month, and we're pleased she could join us this morning. Thank you so much for coming. So what will you be discussing at the conference?
Yeah, thank you for inviting me, Maria. Your mental and your physical health are reflections of one another. So your mind and body are communicating via molecules called neuropeptides. The beauty of that dynamic system is that we can control it based on our thoughts and beliefs, our perspective, our actions, and thus the outcome. So what I'll be talking about at the Optimize Live show is really the works of Bruce Lipton, Dr. Bruce Lipton, cell biologist, and Candace Perth, who really look at how your health rests in factors above the genes, or what Bruce Lipton calls epigenetics.
So it's actually science. This isn't, kind of like hoity-toity, touchy-feely. This is real science.
They're well respected in the scientific field.
I want to talk a little bit about your tears, because just on your website, in your blog, you talk about tears of healing. There's actually something very significant about your tears.
Yeah, the tears, grateful tears, and those are different than other tears. But when you're really feeling a moment of love and gratitude, the tears actually have chemicals that balance your body. Now, Candace Perth talks about molecules of emotions, or these neuropeptides, that can actually affect gene structure or the expression of genes.
Wow. So you're saying that you can, think yourself healthy? Is that true?
Well, thinking is part of it. Changing your perspective. In my seminars, I talk about ways or methods that you can balance your emotions. That liberates your body and mind, but it's your action steps.
Okay, well, and speaking about emotions, it's usually people that set those emotions off. What if you have somebody really toxic in your life? What do you do about that person if they have to remain in your life? Say it's a coworker or a member of your family, somebody that you see regularly and you can't get away from.
So a toxic person is really your perception, though. So if we can change, give you ask questions and give you a different perspective to bring it to a more broad, global perspective, it balances that emotion. So if you can see how that toxic person, for example, has served you in your life, you feel grateful for them.
So you're saying look at it glass half full rather than half empty?
Absolutely.
So be thankful to that person for example, what?
The challenges that they've provided you.
For making you better. Yeah, I suppose, you really could look at things that way, couldn't you?
Absolutely.
And for, helping you with your own self-control.
Yes.
I want to talk a little bit about the whole idea of the perhaps victim mentality, because sometimes we just feel like, this is my plight in life, I have to deal with this. You're saying that's the wrong way to think about things.
Well, Dr. Bruce Lipton again and Candace Perth look at how your genetics, your factors externally to your body control your genes. So that we're no longer in bondage by our genetic code or our physical body, but empowered to make changes in these external influences, in our perceptions, in our beliefs and thoughts.
And how does that actually affect the people around you then? Because if you start feeling better about yourself, for example, if it's a parent, their children start feeling better about themselves, and you kind of break that cycle too.
Absolutely.
Yeah. You say that, people have actually cured themselves of cancer by thinking.
Well, this is some of the thoughts of Dr. Bruce Lipton. Dr. Bruce Lipton again talks about this epigenetics, so that your genes have an effect on your physical body, but those other influences affect gene expression. So both can help with diseases such as cancer.
So basically, it's all about our own perception and how we see ourselves and how we see others.
Life is your perception. You can design your own destiny.
That's easier said than done, though.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Easier said than done?
It's a challenge, but life wouldn't be fun if there were no challenges, right?
Yeah, I suppose sometimes it is nice when it is nice and easy, though, isn't it?
And you get easy times.
You
get easy times.
You do, for sure. Now, you can learn more by going to Dr. Dena Churchill's website, which is drdenachurchill.com, and you can learn all about the Optimize Live show, which is happening again on January the 23rd and the 24th at the World Trade and Convention Center in Halifax. The website is optimizelive.com. optimizelive.com. Dr. Churchill will be there along with many, many other professionals who can give you some advice on living your best life this year. And it's open to the public as well.
It is, and it's a local show, but it really has an international presence.
Yeah.
So I'm just loving to be a part of it.
Oh, excellent. And it's also important to note that Optimize Live is kind of a byproduct of Optimize Magazine, which is available throughout the region. And you're a regular columnist with Optimize Magazine as well.
I've written a few articles.
Yeah, just a few. Well, Dr. Dena Churchill, thank you so much for joining us again, January.